This is my chainsaw. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Without me, my chainsaw is useless. Without my chainsaw, I would find something else to do. And speaking of that, you're probably wondering why the hell I'm showing you a chainsaw on ostensibly a Magic the Gathering EDH modern vintage channel. Well, in part 2 of this is just a teaser. I'll show you what I was doing. Alright, so let's see how this works. So if you're watching, you probably came here for my chainsaw teaser, or I figured out how to splice it together, finally got off my ass and found a program to do that, which would help me a lot. So anyway, the reason I have the chainsaw is I came down here to the family farm on March 17th, year of our Lord, 2024, to start learning how to cut branches, start learning how to prune trees. I wish I had somebody here to guide me, to tell me what to do, but the problem is the family patriarch doesn't really, he said, figure it out on my own. Okay, figure it out on my own, great. So what I did is I came down, I started looking at the trees. That one's kind of dead. And any with new life, any branches with new life, such as this shoot here. See if I can find some more. Right there. I did not cut. Any that I wasn't sure about, I did not cut. So this orchard is 9 terraces. 9 of these flat fields, each about 100 meters long, each about, what, 10 meters wide? 12 meters or something like that. Anyway, there's 9 of these damn things going all the way up the hill. So I walked through and I looked at every tree, and I only made about a dozen cuts. Because I wasn't sure about it, didn't cut it. Just to get an idea of what I should be doing. So the reason I'm doing this is last year when the trees were in bloom and we had all the fruit, I noticed a lot of the branches, well, not a lot, a number were dead, a number were not producing. So I decided to learn how to prune them as family patriarch. So how do I do this? How do I decide what branches to cut? And he said, figure it out yourself. Just cut them. Okay, when should I do that? About March. Okay, so I bought a chainsaw. It was overkill. I did not need that chainsaw for the work I was doing. But I do love having good tools. Any man can tell you having a nice tool is a joy. It's something a man can take pleasure in. And speaking of man, I'm going to start saying some things that are going to be scandalous to any Americans or most Westerners listening. So here on the farm, the reason I keep saying family patriarch is there is a division of labor. There is men's work, cutting trees, plowing, planting, painting, any of that sort of thing. And there is women's work, breaking the grass, cooking, cleaning, traditional women's work, traditional men's work. And the reason for that is, on the farm, you don't have any time for post-feminism bullshit. You don't have any time for the women to be fighting with the men over who should do what. There's work that needs to be done, and if there's a known division of labor, it makes things go a lot smoother. It works. In an industrialized society where everybody's an office worker, there's not so many delineations. But I'll bet you, the men listening, or your brother or your father, I bet the men take care of the cars and the machinery, don't they? In fact, in my own house, it's to the extent where, so my wife, she doesn't care about machines. She just doesn't. It frustrated me at first when I was realizing the extent of this, but now I just accept it. So when it comes to hoovering the floor, running the vacuum, I do that because she doesn't really care how the machine works, and she's not interested enough in it to take care of it. The same with the dishwasher. She's not interested in how the spinners operate and how to load it so it doesn't get blocked. Yeah. I am fat and out of shape. Just that little hill and I'm starting to get winded. Probably because I'm talking. Probably because I'm running my mouth. So this is the top of the orchards we're approaching. You see those rocks there? That's pretty much it. So all the way down, that's the orchard. So all of these trees, I walked under, both on the downslope and the upslope, looked at all the branches, gave them a quick inspection, just to determine what I should cut. Whew. Yeah, I need to get out here more often. I need some damn exercise. So anyway, but the things that she does, the things she takes care of, it allows me to focus on the things I need to take care of. It's just easier. And most of the problems we have are when she tries to fight me over something that I feel is my responsibility, my work, or I think it's her work, because she doesn't really want to fall into those traditional roles deeply. She accepts them for the most part. I mean, she loves cooking. She's a great cook. She loves baking. Nobody loves cleaning. I do my share, she does her share. There's bits at it I'm more interested in doing than she is, such as hoovering, dusting. She sees the need, and so she does it. And taking care of her daughter, that's pretty much equal. I saw this meme, showed a little girl, and her father was missing his brain, her mother was missing her heart, and the little girl was holding them, indicating the child gets kind of the father's mechanical thinking, brain, logical thinking, and gets the mother's emotions, the mother's heart, the mother's love and joy. I don't know what any of you might think of that, but I kind of liked it, and it seems to be the case. It seems to be the case with my daughter. So it's a beautiful day here in Jestebnice. Kind of cool. Branches are starting to bud. Don't know what kind of harvest we're going to get because I don't understand that part well enough to know. But as time goes on, we're going to find out more and more. These terraces, so you see this slope. See the slope from about, there to there. Just that first slope. I have to cut that. I have to come out here with a weed trimmer, weed whackers we'd call it back in the States, and cut it by hand with that, because this is an ecologically protected area. I'm not allowed any so-called heavy machinery, as much as I would love to have it, as much as I would love to have one of those articulated armature mowers that the motorway department uses. Oh, I would love to have one, but I can't. Even if I could afford it, it has to be done by hand. So that's what I'll be doing June, July, first cutting, second cutting, August, September. And it takes me, when the grass gets, right now it looks easy. Right now you're thinking, oh, that's not so hard. No, the grass gets really high by June. So it takes me about 2 hours, 3 hours to cut an entire terrace, mainly because of the slope, and some of the ones that are tall, it's even worse. Much worse, because it's hard to stand on. So it's about a week of constant work to do it all. But at the end it feels pretty good. At the end it's nice to accomplish something. When I was on the submarine on halfway night, they do this raffle where people put up money that goes to the ship's recreation fund in order to force certain officers to do certain things, such as put the executive officer that everybody hated into the trash disposal room for a day and make him smash trash. So they did that. Well, I was the TDU guy at the time, and here comes the XO, and he makes a bloody mess of my room that I was keeping clean, keeping everything nice and ship-shape Bristol fashion. He makes a pig's dinner of it that, of course, I have to clean up after he's done. But he said something that stuck with me. He said, you know, at the end of this, it is kind of nice seeing that you've actually accomplished something for the day, because most of his day is paperwork and management. Never ends. Don't really accomplish anything. See it done. Done and dusted, then you can go to the next project. So that does feel good about this. So this farm, shortly after the communists took power in Czechoslovakia, some technical manager came down to this farm and ruined it. His orders were to get as much yield out of the farm as possible, biodiversity, soil management practices, ecology, all of that be damned. Get as much yield out of it as you can. Also, they collectivized the family house. They even went so far as to go in and any personal property, including winter coats they thought that other people were more deserving of, they seized. They collectivized it, socialized it, took it for other needy communists. It was not a good time. And it took my wife's family 30 years to get the farm back in this condition, get the orchard the way it is, focused on biodiversity, soil management, sustainable practices. Not that we really do anything, any intensive farming here, but she even won an award. My wife's mother was very proud that she won a European Landowners Association Soil Management Award a few years ago. It's nice to get that international recognition for this small Czech farm, and it kind of vindicated her. It made her feel she knew what she was doing was good. She knew that she was doing something for her family now and the future, but it was really nice to have that outside recognition that people understand what she's doing and people respect it and they want to support it. Speaking of that, so every year what we do is we plant one row of potatoes, one strip of potatoes. So this is last year's. And what's going to happen is it's going to lie fallow for a few years. Down there, that is this year's potato strip. So the family patriarch, he brings his tractor out here, plows the field, we plant the potatoes, and then next year he will move up to either the second or third, 1, 2, 3, sorry, 1, 2, 3 as I'm counting. Hopefully you can see the delineations. And plant it there. So every year they rotate 3 or 4 years between plantings in order to let the land recover, in order to let it lie fallow and restore itself. So here's a good tree. Here's Here's a lot of life on this tree. This tree, I didn't trim at all. Of course, most of the trees I didn't trim. I already explained that. So there's the school, and back off in the distance is the village church. Let me zoom in on that. So that's the spire of the village church, so we can see it, we can hear the bell. It's just really peaceful here. I like it. Zoom back out. All right, so that's another one of my rambling, no topic, can't seem to stand topic videos. Let me see if I can splice it with that chainsaw introduction and get it posted. See what people think. And all you magic lads, don't worry. I'm not dropping magic. I'm trying to branch out. I want this channel to become a supplemental source of income. And being a niche magic guy, just ain't doing it. I'm getting a lot of views, and I appreciate your support. And I love that we have these conversations in the comments. I really do. I'm getting a lot of great ideas from you lads about some of my decks. And it's a real pleasure to feel like we're building some kind of community. But once in a while I just need to branch out, see if I can do something different to expand the audience, expand the viewership, start making this profitable. Because if it's profitable, then I can afford to get more involved in it. Maybe, you know, I'll buy a proper damn camera. I'm sure my voice is not clear of the wind because I'm still using my cheap little Canon camera. But I'm at the crossroads where, okay, if I bought better equipment, would that lead me to more viewership? I seem to be doing okay now, so I don't really need to spend the money on the equipment now. And if I did, when would I see any benefit? When would I see the return on the investment? Yeah, okay, so enough of my bullshit. All of you have a Hesky den, as they say in this beautiful country. And I'll talk to you again soon.